Hi, everybody. Edith has taken me around Lumumba.
Yes, it's
Lumumba Hall, the Great Hall,
the elephants.
the Elephant Hall. Now we are going to do a room tour. As students who are coming to the university, you need to know how rooms look like. You have a picture of how the rooms look like, how much they cost, and how they are designed, and what they provide, what is allowed inside the room. So, yes, do a quick tour. I think this will be very good for you, the juniors who are coming soon.
Yes.
So, Edith, thank you so much for accepting.
You're welcome, Annette.
To enter your room. If it was my room, you can't enter there because it's so organized. Disorganized.
Okay.
So,
Our room is here.
Yeah, room. Don't show the room number. Boys should not disturb it.
Oh, you're all welcome
Thank
to
you.
our room in Lumumba Hall. This is where we stay. Fresh air, the view. Yeah, this is where I stay. This is my room, and you're all welcome.
Oh, thank you. You have the bed here. Oh, this is a very good view because you
Yes.
can see everybody passing around. The thing is, you might struggle with the privacy.
We put down the curtains.
The curtains.
Yeah.
But they look like light, transparent.
They are transparent, but also the glasses. It is only the person who is this side who can see what is the other side.
I
The other person
see.
outside cannot see.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Girls. Yeah, so you keep some of the things here.
It is up to an individual to see how they organize the space. You can find some people put their shoes, like anything you want, utensils, anything. So it is personal. It is up to someone to organize their room.
Wow, I'm sorry to be picky, but can you show them this? This! Wow, all this water. No wonder your skin looks amazing.
Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Annette.
Your skin looks so good.
Water
What
is
do you
life.
eat?
Water is life. So we have to hydrate always. We hydrate.
I agree, but I hydrate, but I feel there's a difference between my skin and your skin.
Okay,
guys.
this is African skin.
Mine is African skin, Edith.
But where do you stay?
Africa.
Manchester.
I was born in Uganda. I grew up in Uganda.
We spent 365 days in Uganda. The sun, the water, like everything. So it is, I think, up to the environment. But yeah, you guys should hydrate.
Yeah.
Water is life.
Wow, thank you. I'm surprised because I have little water in my room, but I drink water.
Yeah, you should actually drink water.
Wow, and this side we have shall close. Boys should not see us. There are no boys here.
No, there are no boys here.
Oh, it's only girls' dormitory.
Yeah, it is. Okay,
Wow.
It is not. It is called a hall. I don't know why they chose hall, not dormitory, like in secondary school. But yeah, it is girls' hall, no boys. Though you can have a boy visit you, but at 9 p.m. they must be out.
Oh, really?
And they enter by 10 because in the morning we'll be showering and stuff. So they enter between 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. and they sign at the gate. So you don't just come and expect to stay here. When you do not sign out, they come to that person's room and they check. They ask you, where is this gentleman who entered this room? So by default, you have to be out of hall by 9 p.m. if you are a gentleman.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm shocked because it's a university. You are mature students. What's the reason behind that? Is that about safety?
Yes, because we used to have cases of theft, one, and you're not very sure about the motive of this person who has visited you. So regardless, like we are mature, like you said, but I mean, the administration also plays a role in our safety. Because what if someone is snapped in their room? I mean, how do you explain to the parent that your child was kidnapped or something? So security is quite personal, like you have to take the initiative, but also the administration plays an important role in making sure that we are safeguarded from strangers and these other men who might be having weird motives.
Yeah, you're right. Wow, that's a very good thing, honestly.
The wind is
Oh, I thought there is a ghost.
No,
There is no ghost in Lumumba Hall.
Yeah, yes, right.
Yeah, now I'm used to the town hall, not dormitory anymore.
Yes, it is not dormitory.
Yeah, I think dormitory is for high schoolers.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's very good. You know, I thought maybe since you are mature, I don't know how to do that, but yeah, it makes absolute sense.
Yeah, we are allowed to bring in friends, but I mean,
Mm.
you should not also suffocate your roommate. You know,
That's a good point.
roommates,
Mm.
we can be now. For example, my roommate is we do not do the same course, so
Mm.
I can have a friend, and she's not well
Comfortable,
comfortable
yeah.
with the friend of mine. So we have to spend less time because this is like her home.
You're
She comes
right.
back after a very long day and she has to relax. Now
Mm.
imagine you have carried someone to come and visit you and you're spending the entire day here. I mean, you're going to make her life miserable and
Yeah.
maybe make her think of where should I go, leave these people enjoy. So it is two-way.
Mm.
Yes, you bring in your friends to visit you, but you should consider the other person you're staying with.
That's growth.
Yes.
Because many people are not considerate. You know, whatever you do it from a place of consideration. If someone does this to me, would I be fine with it?
Yes.
And if I'm fine with it, do we have the same cultures? Did we grow up in the same households? No. We grew up in different households. We do have different ways of seeing things. So if they say they are not comfortable with this, I should respect that. Respect, communication, consideration, kindness, empathy,
And
compassionate, and what?
culture.
Culture. Those things will take you far. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And you have beautiful wardrobes.
Oh.
Am I allowed to open a bit? I'm picky. I want to see.
Oh, about the wardrobes.
That's well arranged. I'll close it very soon. Yeah. That's well arranged. Mine will never reach this this organized. Wow. So you can have a seat.
Thank you.
It's so strange that I'm the visitor, but I'm the one who is giving the seats.
You are already. You actually have a place in Lumumba.
Oh, thank you.
For your second PhD, you can actually do.
Oh, honey. It depends on how much money they pay. Yeah, I don't have any problem with studying as long as there is money.
Yeah.
In Makerere University.
It is very cheap. It's one of the cheapest universities, by the way.
Ah,
You should
really?
do research.
Okay.
It is cheap and
The stipend
friendly.
matters. The stipend matters. How much they pay me monthly. That's where the problem is.
Then you will talk to your
Personal person. I don't have any personal person.
not back to the room. Back to the room.
Right, Edith. How much do you pay for this room?
Now, acquiring space in hall is two-way. Initially, it used to be for government-sponsored students, but just for inclusivity, even private students are accommodated here. So for government-sponsored students, it is free. It is a privilege to them. They are given accommodation and living out allowances to cater for their food and printing and any other stuff they might need money for. And for private students, it is as low as 300K.
That's very cheap.
For 4 months, you be here and you pay 300,000. You have electricity, you have water, free Wi-Fi.
Wow, that's around 75,000
per month.
Per month.
Yes.
Such
So hall is cheap compared to hostels. I mean, hostels are those
private properties,
private places
Owned.
of residences outside university. So we have people who stay in Chikoni, the mighty Chikoni. There is one day
it's very famous.
And there is also Chikomi. So you can find a hostel. The cheapest can be at around 600K. So when you compare with hall for 300,000,
that is the amount.
Yeah, that is just half the price. And it is so comfortable here. You get to know very many people. Now, like on my block, which is block A, my neighbors, some are doing petroleum. Okay, it is called PPG. Karen on the camera is doing that course. So she's my neighbor and I'm interacting with her. not because we went to the same school, not because we go to the same class, but because she's my neighbor. And then the other side, we have people who are doing surveying. You're going to meet someone doing civil, and you're on the same block. So it also helps us to interact. I mean, they might be having a conference about oil, the oil sector, petroleum. They're having TPA, reservoir modeling, and then I can easily chip in because I know someone who is going to attend that conference. So that's the beauty of hall. I mean, you get to know very many people, and like the diversity, it's just here in hall. Hostel, I will not talk more about hostel because I've not been there. But what I know, it is kind of a private life because I mean, you own your room, you pay for it, you dictate what you want. But here they dictate for us. For example, we are limited by the electrical appliances we use, just a mobile phone and a percolator. So you do not have to carry a rice cooker, like those other things. So
they consume more energy, supposedly.
So we are limited here, but it is fun. It is okay. We get food. You go and buy food from the dining hall. You cater for your for those other things, but hall is okay.
Are you allowed to cook though?
No, we are not allowed to cook. We go back to safety and security because now you see like just this block. You don't know when you have a fire outbreak, how many people are going to be affected. And this is inside the university. It can and now there's complex hall whereby they have a college in there. School of, I'm not very sure about the school, but people are also studying in the hall. So suppose we have a fire outbreak, it will affect that, like a very, 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 like very many things. So it is the culture we found, like no cooking in hall, but we survive. We manage.
Really?
We have means of survival because cheap food is as cheap as 3,000. That is vegetable sauce. We call it vegetable sauce. Nuts, peas and beans, 3,000. Then meat is 4,000. Then chicken, fish can go for 5, 7. So we can barely survive here. Yeah. So we do not cook, but we can get meals. We can access them. They bring for us food here. You go to the dining hall, you buy, eat, and rush back to class.
Wow, that's very good. Just wanted to say that I feel like to serve more the university, from my point of view, the university should establish a room for cooking. They shouldn't allow students to cook within their rooms, but they should establish a facility like a cooking area, like a home, where there is the cookers, the microwaves, the electric appliances, the ovens and everything, just one room for those appliances.
So
and they should build the blocks in a way that is like that blocks fire, like made of concrete, and they should have a fire door. That makes the students' lives a bit easier instead of buying every single time, because that's what we have.
Oh, that's what you have.
Exactly. So every dormitory or every hall, we have rooms, and then there is a room where you cook. Exactly, and there's dining. So you cook and dine.
You
and
make
also
your
have
own
washing.
meal?
Yes, we cook. It's very cheap. Yeah.
Yes, cooking is cheap compared to buying.
Exactly.
But since I think they saw it in a way that since it was initially for government students. Okay, to take you back, government students used to get meals,
free meals.
Yeah, free meals. So I don't know, because for me it is my 4th year, so I came when that system had changed. So what they did, they increased on their living out allowances.
I get
to cater for their
expenditure
food. Yeah, because they used to give them lunch, I think, and supper. I'm not very sure about the breakfast.
I get you now.
Yeah, but they increased on their living out allowance. So for them, they know they are catering for this student, like they have the money they need. So for the private students, we chip in, we find a way, But yes, it is very true. Cooking is cheaper because on average, you can spend around between 600 and 800 per semester on food. But if you are cooking, it can be around half the price.
Yeah,
Half the
exactly.
price.
Because
and you eat healthy, you cook what you
that's
want.
the thing. The oil is new, fresh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
but the education system is just for a while. So after 4 years, you leave. After 3 years, you leave, and like you can do whatever you want, but it is bearable. It is not actually bearable. It is okay. It is very fine. We live with it. And some people do not want to cook actually. They find it a privilege. I'm just going to come from class, just go get my dish, go for the meal, come eat, wash it, go back to class. No stress of where the onions, where's the salt, where's this, sorting rice. So some people actually like it that way, that we do not cook, and I just go, pay for the meal, get what I want, go back to class, do any other business other than cooking.
That's a very good point.
Yes.
In the room, you're only allowed to have your computers, that is your PC and your phones, and the electric kettle. You call it a percolator. Some people call it a percolator, some electric kettle, but whichever you call it, you know what she means. Right. And how is it living with somebody in the same room? Are there any challenges, and how do you overcome them?
And now, choosing a roommate, maybe that's where we should start from.
Oh, I love how you bring your things.
Thank you, Anna. So when you come in year one, you barely have a choice on the roommate you get. So when you're given a room, we come from different families, different cultures, different backgrounds. So I've learned how to live with people. You study the person. Okay, my roommate is Laura. She does the same course as Kellen, that BPG.
On the camera.
Kellen on the camera. So you have to understand that Laura, this is how she wakes up very early. She takes her time. She's so much organized. So in the long run, you also learn to be organized. Laura does this. Laura, in the same way, she also learns me. So it's like, I think it's the same thing with dating when you're getting a partner. Like you do not know this person, but you invest time in knowing who this person is. Because just like I said, different backgrounds. Now you talked about where you come from. People do not even organize. They just mind about grades and class. But here, you cannot leave dirty cups here. Of course, Laura will come back and she'll be pissed. So whether you're late for class, you must leave your cup for breakfast clean.
Oh, yes, wow.
So, and then you might choose to stay with the roommate you got in first semester. That's if you are compatible. But you're free. Now, for example, from my school in high school, in secondary, maybe we came with a friend of mine, but unfortunately we did not land in the same room. So after one academic year, the following academic year, we can apply for a room together. Yes.
Oh, wow.
There you can get a chance to choose a roommate. Yes, so that is how we operate. In year one, you barely have no control over that. But you learn to live, and I've appreciated the fact that, you can just meet a stranger and you become best friends. You become sisters. It is so fun here. Our neighbors will relate. Like, you did not know this person in the first place, but now they can actually, you're like, hey, they can actually bring it and you share. Like, you cannot even die of hunger here unless you do not have friends. So about roommates, I would say you just have to be open-minded and learn this person. Though there are people who are, should I say, hard,
strange,
rigid.
No, different.
You spend a whole year with someone and you cannot take it anymore. Like, you just can't. So such people are also there. Someone tells you, I cannot, I just go back to my room to sleep. My roommate does this, and this. It is so unfortunate for them. So I would like to encourage anyone, like, life is already hard. So do not be another stumbling block or obstacle in someone's life. So just try to learn each other. What does she want? What does Annette want? How can we live together? Because it is very hard to stay for someone when you're doing the same course. Sometimes you have lectures at different times. People have evening lectures. Some of us have morning lectures. So how can you help this person achieve their academic goals. That should be, because as I told you, after 4 years, you're going to live here.
You're right.
But the people we have interacted with here actually play a very important role in our growth,
You're right.
in our life. These are the connections we have, just like the saying goes, like, Kellen will call you, oh, Edith, I've seen an advertisement here, agriculture engineering, blah, 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 blah. But if you used to be a bad roommate, they're not going to call you.
It's really hard.
These are the people who are going to help us penetrate through the job market.
You're right.
So you just have to be a nice person. I mean, life is already hard. Just
You're
like I said.
right.
So let someone come back to room and they are excited to meet you there because they're going to tell you about how their day was. You're going to go for ice cream. You're going to go for running, jogging, such activities. But then when you're this person who is not even outgoing, cannot get to know what the other person is facing, now you can get sick. But your roommate is your immediate helper. You cannot call your parents, your siblings, they are very far away from you. So if you're not this person who is nice, they can just ignore. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
So we have built this sisterhood through learning to live with each other, because we didn't know ourselves. But I mean, we are actually soon finishing university, but sometimes she tells me, now you're going to go back to your home. I'm also going to go maybe find work. I can't imagine to live without you. But I mean, we were just strangers, but now we have built this connection and relationship, and it is just fun.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, I'm so glad you also have Karen who you can call to Finimas.
Yeah. I mean, if I were not nice to her, would I even be knowing that she's in her room right now? I mean, we just learn to live in the environment. And man is not an island.
Yeah, you're right.
So
we need each other.
We need it.
How would I know you? I knew you this morning through Engineer Royce.
Yeah.
You see, so that's how it is. And if we were not good to each other, maybe he would be like, no, Annette, I'll never introduce you to Edith.
Yes.
So we're good to each other. So he's like, get to know Edith and get to know some things. Let Edith help you. And now I'm getting to know more people through Edith. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, there are so many good lessons that she has shared. If you want to be treated good, treat others good.
Yes.
If you want to be respected, respect others. Everybody has boundaries, and we cannot change who we are completely for others. In this life, never disappoint yourself. You need to do things not to make others feel good or happy at the expense of hurting yourself, is what I mean. But at the same time, learn to be flexible, adapt, and learn to coexist with somebody. That's all you need. You don't have to change, but be like, okay, if she doesn't like me waking up early, or if she doesn't like me talking so late on the phone, how can I minimize that? Let me try to call my family late outside, or let me call while still in the university. By the time I arrive here, she's already asleep. I don't wake her up. So you learn to think about alternatives. Don't be like, I'm like this, I'm not changing. You want to change me? No. Always think about alternatives. And I think the best thing is the things that I learned not late in life, because I'm not so old, is that when you notice that somebody is mentioning something that's bothering her, when somebody says, oh, you do this and I feel this way, they're not saying it because they don't like you, but that's how you make them feel. So take a step back and be like, okay, I make them feel this way. Is this true? Okay, I think it's right. I'm sorry, apologize. Don't take if you have a roommate, don't take so long to apologize. Because when it takes so long, they don't appreciate that apology. But when you acknowledge it and apologize immediately and be like, you know what? I think I will do this I'll do this instead. Will this make you comfortable, or do you think this makes you feel better? Right. That's how you maintain friendships. Otherwise, you can do something, somebody will keep it at their heart, and they look for revenge.
Yeah.
It's not very good. People are wild, and they have wild spirits.
They have the capacity to do
anything. You are sleeping, you are like half dead, basically. So let's be good and let's be humans. That's what I can say. Is there anything we need to share? Are bills paid separately, electricity, water, or included in the...
No. Everything is catered for by that 300.
Great. If you want to iron your clothes, where do you go? Are you allowed to bring in your iron box, or it's not allowed?
Yeah. We iron from inside here.
You are allowed to bring the iron box. Okay, that's very good. I think that's all. Do you have any curfew for girls to enter the dormitory?
By midnight.
You must be in.
You must be in.
Otherwise, you're going to spend a night at someone's place.
Yeah.
Oh, God. You need this information because some people who are unruly, by the time, if you arrive here by 1 a.m., you know where to go.
You go
James's
back to
house, Jennifer's house, you know where to go. You know your life. I think that's all I can say.
Yeah, that's all about.
Is there anything we need to share, Karen? Anything on your mind? Not really. Great. Thank you so much, everybody. If you want to know more about living in halls, what they offer and everything, just go through me and I introduce you to Edith or Karen. And your problems will be solved.
And you're very welcome. We are here for you. I mean, we have to share this information.
Exactly.
So that if I had a challenge, someone cannot face the same challenge where I've been before. At least they should come and it is just smooth. I go where they were, they tell me the same thing. And this is how I maneuvered. So feel free to contact us, to contact Annette. She's actually going to bring you here. And you see Lumumba. You've seen the mighty hall? I mean, Lumumba Hall is the mighty hall here. And Annette is about to get a room here. I assure you.
Oh, man. Let's talk about that in the next video.
Yes.